The future of education, as you all will appreciate, is technology. We have to embrace it. There is a serious crisis in our country in terms of the digital divide, especially in our rural communities where our students do not have access, our young people do not have access to reliable, adequate internet services. So this is a start of addressing that very, very serious problem.
It is with that in mind that the Ministry of Education is joining forces with Digi for a Wi-Fi expansion project for schools across the country. It is a human and economic development issue that needs technological investments. Education Minister Francis Fonseca says that the revolutionary project is costing approximately $2.5 million.
Well, this initial phase will cost us around $2.5 million, this initial phase. Around 200 schools will be affected, but we're really fast-tracking it. We're trying to make sure that between now and December, we deal with these 200 schools. And one of the issues, as I mentioned, was, listen, we have a lot of schools we talk about being connected, but when you go to the school, you find out that it's the principal's office that has internet, or the teacher's lounge or teacher's room, or the computer lab has internet. But the classrooms don't have internet. The campus doesn't have internet. And we want a Belize and an education system where the students have access to the internet wherever they are on campus, wherever they are at school. In their classrooms, of course, it has to be that we have access to internet in the classrooms, but also on campus. So that's the whole objective behind this project.
40% of the schools are from the urban setting, while majority, 60%, are primarily in rural communities. Aside from Digi, the Ministries of E-Governance and Finance are involved in seeing the project through to fruition.
This is part of our digitalization plan, and it is important for us to bring technology to all of the country, especially to our schools, and so this is an important step for us.
To elevate both teaching by our teachers and learning by our students in order to empower them and enable real opportunities for a better future in these challenging times.
Our national telecom, Digi, continues to offer far more than traditional telecommunications services. Today, we witness another momentous occasion in the history of Digi, made possible by a shared vision under Plan Belize, the government of Belize, and the Ministry of Education to enhance the quality of educational services and the education sector of our country. With much excitement, we celebrate the launch of Connect Ed, in other words, Connect Education, a Digi Wi-Fi expansion project for schools in Belize in collaboration with the Ministry of Education, Culture, Science, and Technology.
CEO in the Ministry of Education, Duane Mejia, says that Connect Ed is the culmination of months of sustained effort and negotiations.
A lot of thinking, a lot of planning, a lot of trying to figure out really, how do we move forward? Minister Fonseca very clearly laid out to you the position of our schools in the country. And so we really made an effort to try to see how we could work together to come up with a solution. And where we are today is a far cry from where we were months ago.
Duane, Moody for News 5.